Welcome to our family square foot garden, part 6. This isn't really an update so much on the garden itself, but on a couple things that I've learned. I just thought might be worth sharing with folks, and a couple of people have asked me about them. So what we're looking at right now is rebar that serves as the stake for my tomatoes. I didn't realize how many tomatoes I had until I counted them this afternoon. I was talking with my dad on the phone and talking about staking tomatoes and realized that I had a lot more than I thought I did. This is a piece of rebar that has been painted that is 10 foot long and serves as the stake for my tomato. You can see my tomato tie there, the light green, and then goes up, and there's another tie there. And then this tomato has lots of room to grow. You can see that this is a very long piece of rebar. It's 10 feet long. I have about 2 feet or so in the ground. And they're very stable. I found them to be excellent stakes for my tomato. One thing you'll notice is that they're painted. I painted them a light green color with a rust resistant paint, hopefully one that won't contaminate the ground too much. I guess that's always an issue, but I painted them because of course when you purchase them they are rusted out quite a bit. So I purchased them from the local concrete supply house for about $3 a piece, painted them up, and then stake them to my tomatoes. I will say that I had to, there's another one there on my yellow pear tomato, nice yellow pears there. I had to take a metal brush, steel brush, and brush off the rust and then paint them. Now you may say that's a big stake, but look at this particular tomato. It goes up and up and up, and I actually only have a few feet left on my stake before I'll run out. So I assume that by the end of the summer some of my stakes will be completely covered with tomato. So I think this is a pretty good way for staking tomatoes. There may be some objection to painting something and then putting it in the ground, but it holds my tomatoes really well. And I actually got this from the Missouri Botanical Garden. I was visiting the Botanical Garden and saw how they stake their tomatoes, and I thought people at the Botanical Garden probably know what they're doing, and went ahead and purchased the rebar and replaced my plastic stakes with these 10 foot long pieces of rebar that I've painted. The other thing I wanted to mention to you is that one of the companies that has videos on the web talks about cutting off the suckers, and one company in particular talks about leaving one sucker to grow, and that's what this is. You'll see that there's the main branches here, and then this is the sucker that is growing up, and it came up, and before I realized it, I meant to snap it off, but before I realized it had grown to have fruit. So I've actually just kind of pulled it around, gradually pulled it closer to my stake, and I'm double staking those. So I've got the main branch along with one sucker, and that was like I said, one of the seed companies does that, I think on purpose, for their tomato plants. So it seems to be working out pretty well right now, as this sucker this is the sucker right here. As that continues to grow up, I'll go ahead and attach it to the piece of rebar here, along with the main stem, which is right there. All right, that I think was interesting, and I'm going to share with you one more thing for today. One more thing I want to mention about the rebar is that when I put it in my truck and brought it home and grabbed the rebar, it was really hot. The days were sunny and the rebar was really hot, but once I painted them, that reflects the light, and that helped quite a bit with the heat. And I grabbed them this afternoon and they're just at air temperature. So I think it's something about them being vertically in the ground as opposed to being horizontally on the ground. That helps with the heat, but heat's not really a problem. And the second thing I wanted to show you today is my garden calendar. What I did, look, a school calendar, you can see that it's a school calendar for the school year, and have marked on it everything that I need to do to manage my garden. When I need to plant particular plants, and when I need to start things inside, and when I can expect harvests. So we can see this is actually an older calendar from June, but you can see I wrote in what I was supposed to do when, and then I did the same thing for July. So you can see those are marked on there. Some of them are in pen, some of them are in pencil, so the ones in pen are obviously easier to see. But then I know what to do in August as well, just kind of all written on there. So I'll come out here during the course of the week and check to see what's on the calendar upcoming. And I even went ahead and marked things for the fall. Like, for example, that's when I'll plant my garlic outside on Columbus Day. And then also for next spring as well. So it's kind of a handy guide for me to let me know what I'm supposed to do. And so that's the second thing I wanted to share with you, with the tomato stakes and just a calendar I have out in my garage that helps me know what to do. Alright, thanks for watching our Family Square Foot Garden Part 6. Not really a garden update, but just little things that I found to be helpful that I thought I would pass along. Take care. Bye.